Evening, everybody. So this week's kind of going to be a blowout for me. The family's going to be on the road quite a bit, which means I get to dog sit every night. So I'm really not going to have much time for building this week. So I figured what I'd do instead is give you a little shop tour, because it's a little shop. And that'll give me a chance to play around with the video editing software so that I can get the feel of that. All right? So hang on just a sec, we'll be right back. So I spent most of the day yesterday assembling this tool chest, or tool cart if you like. I decided to go to Harbor Freight in Seymour, Indiana yesterday and pick this up because the shop's just been getting really messy. I've been buying quite a bit of tools and really didn't have the space anywhere to store them. So hopefully this will give me a little extra room here for the next few months or years until I can afford a bigger shop. In the corners, where I've just kind of got a mishmash of stuff, all my finishings up on top. You've got some screws, bolts, nuts stored in that area, and gardening supplies for my wife down in the corner. So you can tell who uses this section the most. This is my casting / assembly area. You can see I've got a Harbor Freight paint pot that I've modified to be used as a pressure casting pot. This is my Delta 12-inch drill press that is out of commission right now. The on-off switch shorted out on me one day. I turned this on and smoke started pouring out of it. So until I can get that replaced, that's out of commission. Small router, got to have your tunes, so a little speaker out here. Tons of magazines, a lot of casting and art supplies. This box down here in the corner is going to turn into my casting cabinet. Right now I've got some of my molds stored in there, and hopefully I'll have the rest of them in there this week. Before I got this thing from the General here, this was kind of the catch-all for a lot of the loose tools and was just a real hot mess. So organizing that's going to be a big help for this whole work area. Here is my pride and joy. This is my brand new Jet 1221 VS. I just got this after Christmas, and this thing is just the bee's knees. It goes from 60 to 3600 RPM, and it's got a fairly simple belt changing system. So you can see you've got your 3 different ranges here, and all you do is change the belt up top, and then down in there, I don't know if you can see it very well, there's a second pulley that you have to change on. Changing that is a breeze. I got a lot of storage up here that I'm going to be going through and reorganizing, as well as these red bins. Those will be getting organized as well. This area used to be really, really crammed with stabilizing supplies. And that's something I only do once in a great while. So I had a vacuum pump and a chamber that I had sitting here all the time, taking up room that really wasn't needed. So I decided to put that on the bottom of the General over here. You can't really see it because of the shelf. That'll get applied later. So now I have a dedicated grinding station right next to my lathe. So if one of my tools gets dull, I can just step right to the side and get it sharpened right back up. I've got a lot of spare wood down here in the corner, including some burls that, just by the way, need to be stabilized. I get an air compressor, of course, racks of wood here in the corner and also on this side of the room. Got a ton of clamps stored over here. This is my 6-inch Jet bandsaw that I inherited from my father-in-law. My Porter Cable scroll saw. Sanding station behind these are also some other hand sanders and whatnot. And then in these tubes are every one of my father-in-law's intarsia patterns that he ever made. And it's my hope to one day to make one of those and give it to my wife as a surprise present. So hopefully she doesn't see this video. So that's really pretty much it. It's a 12 by 9 shop. It's kind of small, but it suits my needs right now. So that's pretty much it for right now. If plans change, I'll probably try and get out here and work on a build video. I do have a couple of items that, here, let me change camera around here and show you. Hang on just a sec. I've got a couple of projects up here that I'm going to be working on over the next week. I've got a customer that's ordered a snowman, and I'll be finishing that up. I've got the wood to do about 4 more, so I'll take you through the entire process of making those. And this board needs to be converted into one of those wine glass holders. And it's got some problems with the length. I'm afraid it's a little too long for what the person is wanting, so I'm probably going to end up cutting this down to 11 inches, because right now it's 15.5. And what I'm afraid of is, even if I make the modified changes that this guy wants, when it tips, it's still going to have that chance to break that glass, because that happened to him on the first time around with this. You'll hear more about that on the build for that. So I just want to take a chance now to say thank you to everyone who's taken the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. There's been a lot of kind words from all of you, and I hope to teach you or entertain you, and maybe I'll give you a laugh once in a while when I screw up on screen. You guys, gals, whatever, have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon.